All right, everybody, it's Nate Chatelier here to talk about the Raveness. This was a hero that began development 4 years ago, and it's probably not in the way you're thinking about. It was actually started by Jasper Tremblay, Manny's son. And at the time, Manny said, hey, you want to make a hero together? What hero would you want to make? Who would it be? And he said the Peacock Princess. And that's how this hero began. Over time, Jasper said, hey, let's add a Raven, let's do this, and it morphed into the Edgar Allan Poe Raveness that you all know today. Let's walk through what she does. The Raveness is a complexity 3 hero. She only has 2 status effects, but she also has Nevermore, her Raven. There's even a really cool spot now with this new updated dial that we have for her to sit, Nevermore to sit right on the Raveness's shoulder. Let's talk about what Nevermore does. So Nevermore is a companion. When Nevermore is activated, the Raveness may either move Nevermore to a chosen player or absorb vitality. So what does it mean to absorb vitality? Well, Nevermore may only absorb vitality while on an opponent, and when this occurs, the opponent receives 1 as an isolated source of undefendable damage, and then increase Nevermore's dial by 1. So the idea is that Nevermore goes on to you, my opponent, and siphons your life away. Every time Nevermore is activated while on an opponent, you can siphon life by rotating this dial. It's going to cap out at 3. I can then later spin another activation of Nevermore to bring her back to the Raveness, reduce this dial back down to 0, and then gain as much health as the Raveness as Nevermore was able to steal from my opponent. It's a really cool thematic effect. When Nevermore is on an opponent, they must roll 1 die during their upkeep phase. This is called the Nevermore Die Roll. The lower that die is, the worse it's going to be for their opponent when they roll it. If they roll a 1, they gain the dreaded hex component. This means that all of their 6s as if they were blank when they roll them. If they roll a 2, then I get to activate Nevermore 2 times. If they roll a 3, I activate Nevermore once. If they roll a 4, they have to discard a card, and if they roll a 5, they lose a combat point. But there is some hope. If they roll a 6, then the Nevermore dial gets reduced to 0 and is returned back to the Raveness with no positive effects for the Raveness at all. Next, let's talk about these feathers. They're a fun way to control what Nevermore is doing a little bit. There's a stack limit of 4 on these positive status effects. And a player with these tokens may spend them at any time to activate a variety of effects. I could spend 1 token to force the Nevermore die roll to be re-rolled. If you rolled that 6, I don't like it, I'll spin a feather, roll it again. Or I can spend 2 tokens to increase or decrease the value of the Nevermore die roll by 1. It's effectively a tippet for the Nevermore die. If I spend 3 tokens, I get to activate Nevermore. So let's say I manage to bring Nevermore back to me. I siphon 3 life away, I heal those 3 health, and I want to put Nevermore right back on you. 3 feathers will do exactly that for me. And that is the Raveness. I'm so excited for you to try out not only this hero, but all of the awesome heroes that we've made this season. Thanks for supporting our campaign.